Welcome to How Many Fingers Am I Holding Up? Featuring two guys getting schlazy and reviewing movies in a weekly podcast form.
And that synonym came to us from who other but Shaquan Baker.
Hey guys, what is up?
Fan favorite back here and looking mysterious.
That's what, yeah. It's not my
Coming
fault.
in my house looking mysterious.
It's just like, hey guys, can I just hang out here, please? I'm gonna sit in your chairs. It's not my fault. It just came from the Fire Festival, guys. Trying to look trendy. And,
You look good, man.
No, guys, last time I came here, I gave you guys gifts. So,
Oh, yes.
one of you and the other.
There we go.
There you go. Because,
It's
Now we've all
It's
been
go
to the
time.
Fire Festival.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's some indie Jones action right there. I like it. I really.
Joe looks like he's on NPR right now.
Yo, oh my gosh. You're about to
Some
talk
Terry
to...
Gross shit.
I was just about to say.
I don't know what Terry Gross says.
Definitely about to talk about the next episode of The Moth, for sure. He's like, oh, you gotta listen to it. She killed it. She really did. These glasses, they were a gift. No.
Nice hat, though. So where are you coming from today, Shaquan?
Man.
You did something interesting, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I have recently got in with a rough New York crowd of improvisers. And
Oh, no.
yeah, I know, guys. I cry for help.
Go join a gang, not improvisers.
Yeah, guys, I got initiated. It's no big deal.
I've got
no big deal.
a gun.
Check it out. It's an acting gang, so we have to kind of project a lot. It's a.
This is one of my favorite Office bits is when he does the improv thing and he won't stop improvising that he has a gun.
Oh, dude.
And he whispers something to the one person and the teacher's like, what did he tell to you? What did he say to you? And he's like, he said he has a gun in his pocket.
I think I live for that. I literally live for like bombing comedy or people that just don't understand. You gotta share that space. You can't just bang, bang. I'm the winner champion. Sir, you're 42. Don't be like that right now. There's no sandcastles near you. Stop. But yeah, I came from an improv performance of this show at the Pit, which is a venue in New York City. It's called the People's Improv Theater. And I'm a part of the show called Off Top, which is a hip hop improv show. Yeah, I beatbox sometimes, and sometimes I got a loop pedal, so a little Reggie Watts action, a little fun, stuff like that.
So is it hip hop improv, like it's music based?
Like it's like free. It's basically freestyle. Like sometimes two people go up there on stage and they'll do a scene. And take a suggestion from the audience, and then they'll talk, and maybe the person beatboxing will just sneak the song in, and then it'll just turn into like a rap. Like they'll just start spitting. Like everyone will start spitting.
So that's kind of cool. That's like
it's fun.
Just straight up improv, but then
the
music just sneaks in. And that's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's games and fun stuff.
Nice.
I should probably get closer.
No, you're good.
Oh, I should get closer.
Well, guys, we
Let's
should
get closer together.
Let's get close.
And then you're still releasing music, right?
Yeah, I am.
Last time you were on here, you had like 2 albums coming out. Did those drop?
Well, ambition. I have further complicated it. If you would allow me 70 minutes to explain my whole deal.
Proceed.
No. Proceed. Oh, easy time. Oh, geez, here we go. I'm timed. I need one more minute. No, I am releasing music. Are you guys, real quick, sidebar, are you guys one of those pods now that are like date oriented? Like, or are you like, we hide the date all the time? Because you know how some podcasts are like, this will be out at some point.
This will be out Thursday.
Doesn't matter?
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
fine.
Well, we can like totally date drop and say, hey, this is the day.
Oh, yeah, we don't care.
Fine,
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just saying, some people are like, well, this is MP. No, I'm just kidding. Right. So, I love NPR. Like I'm sponsored by them or something. I'm so sorry.
Like the podcast that are like trying to give the illusion, like, no, we recorded it right before we released it.
This is actually live
It's
right now.
next to live. That's why podcasts are a big
You
deal.
press play and we just drove down to the studio immediately.
just drove on
Live in
down.
your phone right now.
Live
We
in
actually
your
live in
pocket.
the studio. We have like a fire pole. And we just like swing down.
Live.
Don't pause. Start recording.
Live from NPR, I'm Cora Coleman. In your pocket, there's news. No. Why? So So I was utilizing the date today. I actually did my first music video shoot for this project that I started calling Baker. Like I'm releasing music under Baker, Baker, with the umlaut over the A. And I shot some footage with some amazing people last Saturday at a green screen studio, and just all day, just shooting a bunch of different clips, a bunch of different characters. Yeah, it got a little crazy. But just know that the project that I was advertising last time morphed into this project.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it was the 2 albums. It still is 2 massive albums, but I broke it down into 8 small albums.
Oh wow!
So, yeah,
So you went from 2 to 8.
yeah. So I went down, up, all crazy, all over. And it's Matrix Mind 64. It's inspired by Nintendo 64, like a bunch of things, Westworld, like video games, VR, like just characters, and it's a concept album. So there's a narrative being weaved through all this stuff, and it's coming together. Some of it's already been released. So the 2 actually that are advertised last time, Blue and Red, they came out already.
Okay.
And they're part of the release. So you can check those out on Apple Music. You can check them out on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Bakerville. Yeah, and I'm going to be releasing more things. So sorry for chatting forever about that.
No,
Plug your
no,
shit.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank
Why
you
we
guys.
bring it on here?
Appreciate it.
You're a very productive young man.
I try to be. I really try to be. I mean, I like
2
a lot of
albums
stuff.
to 8 albums.
I like stuff.
And we're ending our podcast.
No, guys.
So we can play more video games.
Damn it. See, that's what I need to start working towards. Expression. I don't care about this.
I need to get better at video games.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I want. It's hand-eye coordination, you know?
Well, this week, I alone am drinking.
Oh.
So we got some sober folks on the podcast
Oh, wow.
this week, which is fine.
I wouldn't say it's over, but...
Yeah, same.
No! Cops don't be looking at this, dog. Don't be watching. Cop watching this. Oh, I'm gonna watch my favorite podcast, damn it. Is that weed?
Oh, is that a weed?
Hold on, I know they're recording this live right now. I'm gonna head over there now.
Just kidding. Officer in pursuit. I think there's some
one. We finally got one.
I'm gonna keep watching it. He's like walking up the stairs to your
I
apartment.
knew we started this podcast unit for a reason.
This podcast unit.
Sitting behind this desk listening to podcasts, waiting for someone to smoke a weed.
McNulty, you're just a podcast cop. You're not a real detective. One day I'll show him. That's what you guys are gonna write next? Amazing.
Yes,
See?
yes.
This is great.
Podcast police.
Procedural cop show about podcasts.
Podcops.
Podcops.
Podcops. What you gonna listen to? Podcops. There we go. I'll do the theme song.
Podcops. What you gonna do when they listen to you? Podcops.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
Bonobos. All that stuff. All of it.
Oh God.
Okay.
That was good.
That sounds about right. Like we're calibrated. Are we all ready?
Yeah. We got it going.
The beer was all right. Moving on. Let's go to the movie.
Yeah, how was that?
I've had it before. This is like, I think someone bigger owns this, or maybe it's from Patchogue, New York, and Baldwinsville, New York.
These places.
They sell it at Yankee Stadium, so I've had it before. That's like their craft beer that they sell there. I don't know how craft it actually is if it's being sold at Yankee Stadium.
What makes a craft beer crafty?
I think it's just like the distribution level, I guess, like how rare and independent it is.
Okay.
Because after a certain point, it's like being signed to a major label, I guess, like versus independent music.
Got it.
That's my understanding, but I'm not like a craft beer head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you.
Have to-
It's just a
Have to ask our friend Ken, former guest, Big Mac. I think we called him
Big Mac. Like Mark McGuire?
Exactly.
We had him on by his name, and then he was like, "I'm worried I'm going to lose my job."
Oh, jeez. Oh.
So Big Mac, his name is definitely not Ken.
Definitely. Okay, got it. Big Mac.
Oh boy.
Did you watch the Bash
I
Brothers?
was gonna ask you. Yeah, that's the only reason I
said.
fucking knocking out the park. Talking about musical comedy, those guys always, man, big influence. They're good, very funny. Oh,
That's her water.
Cat's trying to get some water. Look at that.
That's
Yeah, I'm just worried she's gonna spread it on the laptop. Come here.
True. But yeah, that it's so funny. I've been listening to it nonstop. The album is so funny too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
check that out.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
All right. Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I guess.
Pikachu.
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 I guess you gotta talk about Pikachu.
All right. Let me. Oh my God.
This back with a vengeance.
You're blocking the camera.
I think we've had
This is your fault for having a drink.
It's like Godzilla.
we've had at least 3 or 4 different cat appearances during this episode so far.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a podcats now.
Podcats.
Did we make that joke on this episode?
I think so.
like
We
2
made a lot of
minutes ago.
pod-related puns. Yeah.
Pod is prime material right now.
Guys, I just want to tell you, I wanted to watch this movie in Russian. I wanted to.
It just felt right.
It just felt right to do it. I didn't get to, but I wanted to. Oh man, I wish I did.
Yeah,
read
let's,
this,
let me break you off with some notes. Oh, but
I got
first.
IMDb. Don't rush this.
Okay.
There's only so much of this left.
Okay.
You only get to hear me read the IMDb description a few more times.
That's it. See, I'm starting to get. I'm tearing up.
You're gonna miss this.
This is really the end, isn't it?
Let it happen, Joe.
In a world where people collect Pokemon.
Okay, get it together, man.
A world where people collect Pokemon to do battle, a boy comes across an intelligent talking Pikachu who seeks to be a detective.
Ooh.
Ergo, Detective Pikachu.
Detective.
Okay, so Detective Pikachu. It's directed by Rob Letterman. Rob Letterman has previously directed such classics as Shark Tale, Monsters vs. Aliens, Gulliver's Travels, and Goosebumps.
Which Gulliver's Travels?
The Jack Black one, yeah.
Monsters vs. Aliens?
Okay.
Sorry.
I never saw it.
Sorry.
Apparently, Shaquan has that.
Oh.
It's yeah. It's not the best. My man doesn't have the best resume. I'll just put it at that.
He doesn't?
I'm sorry, I must have heard you wrong. Those are all hits. Those are all bangers.
Okay. Alright, okay. I'm listening. Do continue.
Did you say Goosebumps? Did he do?
Goosebumps.
Oh, okay.
That's his latest banger.
Magnus Opus.
Yes.
It's a masterpiece.
Golden fucking Globe winner and an Emmy. No Oscar. But it's the other 2.
Oh.
Maybe a Tony.
Then there's a very crowded writing credits section on IMDb.
Crowded.
There's about 13 credits in here. Obviously, there's the people who created Pokemon, the Pokemon original characters in the Pokemon original story. But then there's also 3 credits including Dan Hernandez, Benjit Samit. I don't know if I said that name right.
I believe it.
Okay.
It's a name.
You know when you want to Benjit Samit.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kidding.
Are you kidding though? Because you can't. You attack that name pretty hard. I don't know.
I'm coming after you, my man. Not as hard as I'm coming after Rob Letterman.
Oh yeah. He. Okay. Don't remind me about that man.
And Nicole Perlman, who has a screenplay credit on Guardians of the Galaxy and a story credit on Captain Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
we've
she
done
was
a lot.
She
We've
was
done.
cool.
And then
Sorry.
there's 4 screenplay credits by Rob Letterman, the director, and then Derek Connolly, who broke into the scene with Safety Not Guaranteed, and then he went into the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World films. So I wonder if he brought along Justice Smith, kind of, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the 2 more writing partners, Dan Hernandez and Benji Samit, and I think they've only really done 2 TV shows. It's like 1600 Pen and One Day at a Time.
1600 Pen sounds familiar.
1600 Pen.
I know
Must be about the White House, because that's the White House.
Oh
address.
yeah, that's the
and then One Day at a Time I know is like that.
That's a Netflix show.
Yeah, it's like a Netflix soap opera kind
Max,
of. Yeah.
Max used to like that. Thanks for the salt in the wound, Joe.
Yeah.
It was her favorite show. Sorry, this isn't about me.
Is Shaquan okay?
I'm blinking.
Is he doing okay?
I'm blinking.
He showed up dressed really weird.
Guys, I paid for the Fire Festival. It's my fault. It's me.
He joined an improv group.
They made me.
Kind of worried.
They made me indie, guys. They made me an indie, bro. Look at this shirt. Has a Yoshi egg on it. Come on. That's too much. That's too much. All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised Ryan Reynolds doesn't have a writing credit on this.
He should.
I don't know.
I
I
guess
think
it's
there's
not
already
a-
too many chefs.
Ooh.
There's it's like 13 chefs making one soup.
Do you think he like if he said any of that, like if he came up with any of that stuff, would they even like consider that right? I mean, usually that's right.
I think they have to
why would they
contribute some sort of
why would they exclude
credit.
that here?
I just thought it was like another like baby of his, kind of like Deadpool was doing this.
Oh, I see.
I don't think so. I think they reached out to him.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, we talked about it on like the Deadpool episodes. Like I think, or during Deadpool 2, it was kind of like they used Ryan Reynolds like best talent, which is like voice acting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they had his mask on. He wasn't he wasn't going as hard. He wasn't mask off.
He wasn't mask off. Definitely not.
He was.
Definitely not. He's switching back and forth though.
Yeah,
sometimes
he
he's
went a
mask
little
on.
lighter. He didn't go as hard. But
Ryan Reynolds, man. I didn't know he was that gangster, bro. He's
like-
crazy. Wilding out here, yo. Detective Pikachu. He Pikachu with his mask on or his mask off, dog.
This is Detective Pikachu mask off.
I'm about to get my new. Okay, I'm done. I can't.
I haven't even drinking.
I'm trying to. That's sign of a good episode.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I was like crazy about the choice of Ryan Reynolds for this movie, just because it kind of ends up being like G-rated Deadpool. Like I feel like it's already a very iconic voice for an already like major IP now. Yeah. So and then like also like. Like I know that voice, and I was kind of getting ready to laugh the whole time, and like a few times he came through with like some. I don't know. I didn't laugh that much during this movie, but yeah. But I mean, it's fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
I was amped.
Yeah.
You know what really hits? What really hits it for me? This trailer. Did they have like the? You know how in the trailer they have like the anime theme song? Did that ever play during the movie?
I heard something, but
Wasn't it? I don't know if the thing was playing, but he was like when he's like sad
singing.
singing.
Oh,
when he's
okay,
walking
right.
down the-
But they have like kind
Yes,
of
yeah.
they have like some sort of like new version of it, and it plays in the trailer, and it's like and it's like and it has like kind of
that new Megadeth dog. Oh yeah, I heard that.
They,
That shit was tight.
yeah, I don't
They
know.
covered it. I didn't even watch the trailer, but
It's great.
I was so excited, like after being like not excited to see this movie. I was like, I don't know if I want to. I don't care. Like at first, I was like, I don't care about this bullshit. Like especially if he's talking. Like I didn't know anything about.
Did you grow up with Pokemon?
I
or-
did. No, I care about like this is. I'll take you on the really quick journey. I care about Pokemon. I had the cards and everything.
Uh-huh.
So I had the game too. I had Blue, but. And it's a very major, not to bring it back here, it's a very major influence on the colors too, like the red, the blue,
blue, yeah.
all of it. It's like Nintendo based, like my stuff. But the movie, when I found out that like all these movies, I feel like all the information came out. Like there was a Sonic movie, this movie, and like a bunch of stuff. I'm like, this is a lot happening right now. Like I don't think I need any of these things, so I avoided the trailers. And then people were saying, yeah, it's crazy, like Ryan Reynolds is talking Pikachu. I'm like, Pikachu, they don't talk, so what are y'all doing with this? And then one day I was dropping my boss off and I saw this big ass billboard for Detective Pikachu, and I saw the detail on his fur, and I said, wait though, if I see these Pokemon on the screen, it's gonna bring me back to that place when I saw them. And we got technology to make this shit hot. I'm like, okay, I'm locked in. I'm going to see it, and it was well worth it because I fucking saw Machamp directed in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
that was the best. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I came here for.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I almost wish they did more world building.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to see like more people and more Pokemon.
Yeah.
I really didn't care for this plot as much. But I loved like this world. I wanted to see more of this world.
No, I'm down with the plot in this. But yeah, I kind of wish, like, because it became obvious at one point that they only like made the actual real 3D models for a certain amount of Pokemon.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
even when like the one scene like towards the end where like everyone like in the world is like, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, but stuff happens with their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like there was an opportunity to show like, you know, just even in the background a bunch of like Pokemon we haven't seen yet. We just kept seeing some of like the like 5 or 6 Pokemon that we had seen throughout the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like those are the only popular Pokemon like in
Right.
this town.
Yeah.
Like when really we know it's just they didn't generate the other ones.
No, they couldn't have.
Because like they had the
done
one
that.
Pokemon that like wasn't even aware of before, who was like doing like the dubstep speakers at the like underground fight club
right.
that they're at.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know that Pokemon's name, but it was apparently a wildly popular Pokemon in this place because like they were there. They were just walking around the town. They were a lot of people's like only like Pokemon. Their only pet was this crazy speaker Pokemon.
Right. Yeah.
Might be something about like that's the interesting thing about this movie too. It like jumps generations. It unites one. It unites. It like builds a. It does a lot. It builds a lore. It unites like generations of a fan base and a story like in a canon, sort of. Because there's me and the person I was watching it with. We were like, we only know the 100
Yeah.
150.
Yeah.
So that main part with Mewtwo was cool, and Mew. I'm like, oh, we got these characters back. These are like
I know
still-
those guys.
Yeah, I know them, and they're integral. Like I'm like, okay, that's tight. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's interesting because it's I don't even know if it's interesting. I don't know what the hell I was about to say. But I'll tell you what, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie.
There you go.
It was great.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Get into it.
Let's get some details in here.
I don't know if I was prepared for, or just like kind of they really jump right into this movie. Like they kind of like really pick up, like just like it's just kind of starts you off and it's like, whoa, we're working on Mewtwo in a lab. And it was just kind of like, whoa, okay. It's just, yeah.
Throw it on.
Yeah,
you.
sure. I don't know. I don't. It just kind of like caught me off guard. I was like, okay, we're starting here.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
bunch of stuff that I
yeah.
feel like the trailer set my expectations up for that didn't really take place. Like I could have sworn there was a version of the trailer where it was expressed that what was the actor's name? You said it before, Justice.
Justice Smith.
I could have sworn there was a version of the trailer where it was expressed that he was a cop after his father.
Oh,
And I kept waiting for like him to be like an actual cop or something, and Pikachu was going to become his partner. I thought was going to be the whole premise, and then you come to find out that he just works in like insurance sales or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That I just have no. I have to go find that trailer.
Yeah.
Was convinced that he was going to be a cop. I could have sworn it was a line in the trailer.
My thing too is I always give like these movies the benefit of the doubt when like they're so polarized and like critically like, oh, it was great or it was bad, meeting expectation or not surpassing them at all. I always give them the benefit of the doubt when like that moment in the trailer, like the credits, it was like, oh, based on the game Detective. I was like, what? There was a thing called Detective Pikachu? I'm like, okay, I'll give you. I didn't read that, so I can't be mad at what I just saw right now.
Yeah.
So if I did read it, then I would probably be like, oh, hey, I got a badge that says I read this, so I'm gonna be the one who tells you if it's good or not. You know, I read the book, so that's me.
Hey everybody, attention, Peter. I have played Detective Pikachu. So I will tell you whether this is good or not.
Like, oh, this is Bernie Sanders.
I know the 1%
My
of that
granddaughters brought me
script.
the Detective Pikachu game. I played the top 99% of the game.
I did not complete it. Okay, nope, that's not what I did. I talked to Congress about that. I'm gonna talk to Congress about you not completing the game, Bernie. Just get it together. Complete the game.
Aren't you running for president, sir?
I'm trying. No, I have a strong platform against these people who don't complete games. I'm a completionist. You could check my kill ratio on Apex Legends. I
play his lifeline.
And Trump is not gonna stand for this. I don't know politics. I tried. We were talking about the world, not the world building, but the just thrust in the Mewtwo storyline. I guess.
Yeah.
Starting off kind of.
I mean, yeah, it was
Coming
what
in
it
hot.
was. And then, yeah.
Then we have that whole thing with what's that actor's name? He plays Dupander or something in Deadpool.
Oh,
I can't remember his name.
He's also in that show recently. I don't know. He's everywhere. His friend who's helping him catch the Cubone.
He wasn't he in Spider-Man too? Is that the same No, that's I know who he is. He's like an NBC guy too. He's like always like a random pop-up character.
Yeah.
He was in something where he was like playing a weirdo. I forgot what it was. It was a poor
I can't find it. But he was in.
He wasn't.
He was in Deadpool.
He was the taxi guy.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the taxi driver.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's back with Ryan Reynolds again, but then he never actually has a scene with him.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah. He is just kind of doing.
They probably
part here.
They probably hung out behind the scenes with like Letterman jackets on, and like, hey man, we're in the other movie together, but we're just hanging out now.
We actually think Ryan Reynolds, like, this must have been a pretty big paycheck for Ryan Reynolds. And then they're like, all right, and we're going to shoot it in London and do all this. And Ryan Reynolds is like, oh, tight. Well, like, I'll just record all the audio.
Did they shoot it in London?
Tight.
Yeah.
Oh, tight. So just send me a postcard and
Fucking chill.
chill. That's dope. You guys gonna have a good time.
I'm so happy for you.
I've been to London before. You guys are gonna love it. I mean, sounds like a lot of work.
I've been out there, but yeah,
I'm going to wake up at 12 and roll out of my bed into the booth.
He sounds so happy that he's not going.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Good job, guys. Yeah. Keep it up. Go knock it out the park.
Actually, Ryan, we're gonna need you to stand next
Oh,
to
what?
to Justice
Oh.
for reference, just because
Ah, shit.
Damn, okay. Oh.
Did I sign this contract?
Is Deadpool 3 a thing? What's is the ink dry on that?
I think I'm busy that day.
There's no ink. There's no ink. Huh?
I think I could smear that ink
Oh, there's no well.
so much enough that you can't tell it's my name, and then I could, say I didn't sign that. Some guy who smudged the ink everywhere.
It's not Ryan
signed
Reynolds.
it.
It's shmoo.
It just looks like Schmarns.
Ryan, please leave our office. This is not healthy. Just get out.
All right, Ryan, we'll see you in London.
Sweet.
Oh,
tight.
shit. Okay,
I gotta
cool,
take it. I'm going. So generous, you guys. I like that he's been to London before. He's like, yeah, I've been there before. Yeah, he did a lot of work with voice acting because that's his whole job in this movie.
I think that was something like David Cross went on like Conan, and it was just like such a career wrecking move, and he was just talking about. He always plays like the manager of like the Chipmunks and like the Alvin and Chipmunks or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're doing like a third film, and it was like Alvin and the Chipmunks, Chipwrecked or something. Yeah, but as their manager or something, or his character was just like literally in a mascot uniform the entire time. He's like
this.
great, like I'll do like the ADR or whatever, and then he's like, and then this bitch producer. Makes me go there and do everything in the fucking suit.
Wow. So you don't even know it's him underneath.
No,
That's not funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Pikachu.
yeah. So, I mean, we kind of have this scene that establishes the catching of Pokemon. And
Yeah, it's
he
a
doesn't
little bit
want
of
to go
like
down this
light
route.
world building through a scenario, and they kind of established it like he had wanted to be a Pokemon trainer at some point and just kind of like fell out of it for whatever reason.
Right. And then he gets a call that his dad dies and he has to go to Rhyme City, and then we get this kind of Total Recall-esque like explanation video of what Rhyme City
I
is.
did hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does its job.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how else I would do that, but
No.
it is just like very like, oh, here's... I was just also like, so... The minute they brought that up, I was just kind of like, so... Like, my mind started going like a million miles an hour. I was like, wait, so are Pokemon pets here? Or are they like
Yeah.
slaves?
Yeah, what's
or
happening?
Are they like co-equals?
How far are we gonna peel this back?
Yeah.
Directors, writers, plural.
It's also like weird knowing that like this like small city exists where like this happens,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the world is
They
like
keep them locked in tiny cages.
they're just
Like the underground fight club that they go to in this is just the rest of the world.
It's
they're
like
only underground because they're in this city.
it's like if on
Jesus.
Earth, like a small city was like, like I think we could just live amongst dogs, and we could just,
I think dogs could work at the restaurant.
And then the rest of the world's like, I think we should fucking have dog fights. You know what? I encourage it. I think it's, as people, that's what we do.
we're gonna surround
our
you.
number one sporting
We're
event.
gonna surround y'all. We're gonna surround you guys.
I'm glad dogs die.
I want to watch it on national television.
That's basically what Pokemon is all about.
It's just dog
And I want to
fighting.
celebrate the people who
Dog.
train those dogs that fight to the death.
Fucked up. Give them badges. Give them a badge, right? Like, give them some badges. Terrible.
All the most accomplished people in this world are just dog involved in
gosh.
dog fighting. Also, I didn't really see any like real animals in this world.
Yeah, I didn't-
So what are people eating?
Ooh.
Are we eating Pokemon?
Yeah, you know they eat. These
boy.
are good questions.
This is where my mind goes during
you
movies.
can't even be like, oh, they're vegetarian because
Hell
like
no.
Weeping Bell, Bellsprout,
Oh,
they're a
dang.
plant Pokemon.
Yo, that's a great question. Like, nobody, what? I didn't even think
yeah.
about that.
Can't be pescatarian because there's
ate-
Magikarp.
Ate those Pokemon. That's deleted scene for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure somebody's
Terrible.
in like walking down Rhyme City like in like a Pikachu hot dog.
On the shish kebab. A kebab. It's just
Boy,
Pikachu.
Joe's just ruining this movie for everyone right off the bat.
I loved it, but you're also opening my eyes to some crazy stuff.
I'm just saying. Also, yeah, it's just kind of like, man, it's gonna be hard to expand this universe
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they're
true.
gonna go into like it's gonna be like, wow, we just gotta go to the next city over, and there's just like bloody fucking Pokemon laying everywhere. Like, kill me!
All right, we're going back to Rhyme City.
Go back to Rhyme.
Fucking kill me!
Scared.
Take me with you.
That's like if they want to
I want to
go.
live as an equal.
If they want to go up there, they should. They should make it R.
I'd be a slave even.
Yo, that Tracy Morgan said it best. Pokemon's a slave trader, Pikachu's a slave master. He said that I think 97 or some shit. It was hilarious. Man,
He gets to be out of the ball. All the other Pokemon are like,
Yeah,
what's
seriously.
going on here?
Yeah, he's like, what's going on out there, Pika? That's
I see how it is.
That's gonna be the what's Sidney Lumet? No, not. I'm thinking of a different director. Who's the Raising the Sun guy? Is it Sidney Lumet? No, that's Sidney Poitier. He's in there.
Maybe.
He's in. I don't know the director.
I don't
I'm a
know.
bad
That's
film,
that next.
film guy.
That's that next movie by that guy.
Welcome to my film
I'm a bad
podcast.
film guy because I liked Detective Pikachu.
Welcome to my film pod.
I liked Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I don't know. It was fucking cute.
I do like the city though. It is like, yeah, like I said before, it is like, I think they filmed in London, but then they hybridized it with like Tokyo kind of, so it's got that like
I was
cool.
wondering where they shot it. That I was like, I don't know.
It just overall looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like you have so many like CGI based movies where they're just kind of like put the camera on a tripod, point it directly straight, so that the CGI guys have as much time and space as they want to create whatever they're going to come up with in their heads. This, I feel like they had a vision for it.
CGI.
They had an actual style to the cinematography and then made the CGI work within those realms so that they could film it looking like actual like detective noir type footage where, you know, every time they can, they've got like blinds casting shadows on people's faces and heavy contrast, or like, you know, just like a little bit of a spotlight on someone's face in a dark scene.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff like that looks really cool, while they've also just got a fucking like Pikachu on his shoulder. Or
Right,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And it all blends in without looking like there's a lot of CGI, but there wasn't really any point that I was like, oh man, this is
can
like
notice
effects
it or
heavy.
anything,
Like
yeah.
you're just kind of like, oh man,
Right, yeah.
looks pretty legit.
Yeah, exactly. I love the mime scene. That was
Oh,
really
yeah.
great. Like that was
Yeah.
a
That's
good
one of the
use
best scenes
that.
in the movie.
Yeah.
The only scene that did sort of like take me out of it was the Bulbasaur scene.
Okay.
Something about the way they animated the Bulbasaurs, like they were too shiny or something.
Oh, I think I literally took a screenshot of that and put that in our
Yeah.
like our group where we discuss movies, and I was like, why does this scene look like a Snapchat filter? I think Nick said that or
Like
something.
I feel like they
Yeah.
needed to make the Bulbasaurs probably darker. Like they're just like they're bright. They pop against like a forest floor background.
You guys don't
Like,
know the agenda, Hollywood's agenda, guys. Come on, it's so plain and simple. Get everybody hooked on Facebook filters through fucking Bill Bulbasaur faces.
made a whole movie to
Wake up! It's
promote a
Hollywood,
Snapchat
y'all.
filter.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, that wasn't animated badly. That's actually a commercial for our new Snapchat filter on.
We shot the whole thing on iPhone 10.
You've seen Tangerine. This is Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Sponsored by Snapchat. Oh my lord. That's next.
Tangerine Pikachu. Coming next.
Tangerine. Coming next. Not coming soon. Coming next.
Next up.
Where's this movie made? Next up. Next. Tangerine Pikachu. Come back. Watch.
Well, it's like you're watching like a story on Snapchat, and it's just gonna autoplay now.
It's just like trans Pikachu. It's like, I'm gonna fucking kill my boyfriend.
Let's just go back to Rhyme City.
Yeah, I don't like this idea. We
Too real.
We fucked up with the animation. Is that what you want to hear?
This used to be a children's cartoon.
Admitted in that movie. He's like, okay, listen. This is terrible. This is bad. It needs to happen. I need to see it in the show or a film. I need to see it. I'll wait for that.
So you're not crazy about the plot in this?
Yeah, I don't think it's just. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's the plot I'm not crazy about.
Like actively negative feelings about the plot, or just not crazy about it?
I was just kind of uninterested in a lot of it. I think maybe like we could have developed this world a little more, and we could have developed the character a little more, but then I don't even know if I would have been interested in like developing this character anymore.
Because that was kind of what I liked about this, is that like they did have all this stuff, and I almost felt like the fact that they didn't, like, besides the one like really expository like introduction video that he watches on the train as you ride in, like felt like they're on like a Disney ride, like
yeah, definitely
riding in, like, oh, here's
Disney
here's the
monorail.
rules of like the ride you're about to like take or whatever.
That I don't mind as much. That seems like straight from like the anime or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it accomplishes what it sets out to do. I
definitely.
kind of wish they had done it with. Like, my quick fix would be, like, have his friend who he does the trainer scene, have him live in Rhyme City. He was visiting. They're going back to Rhyme City together when he gets the call.
Yeah.
And he can explain it to him as the newbie guy.
I'm starting to realize that a lot of shows, like, an oversight is, like, just ironing out the travel information in these shows. Like, you think about Game of Thrones or in, like, movies, too, like this. Like, this is a small, mundane detail, but we're at the point where there are podcasts where people are like, they fucked this movie up and they took me out of it when they said it took 2 minutes to get from upstairs of that giant skyscraper that he was up there.
Oh, yeah.
Downstairs in 1 second. Me and the person who doesn't analyze film the way that we do looked at each other like, and then just started cracking up because it's like, what the fuck did we just watch happen? Yeah. Like, we know it's a cartoon where there's Pikachu lightning bolt animal fun time, but fucking you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah. That is true.
I was like, what happened? We still text about it. It's like, I'm scarred from that moment in the movie. It just took me all the way out of it.
And I'm on the 84th floor.
Exactly. Like, come on. Come on, man. Ugh. Still a good movie, though.
I even like Justice Smith a lot. I just I just don't think the script makes like good use of his like skills sometimes. I wasn't.
I feel the opposite. I feel because he was in Jurassic World, whatever when that was. I hated him in that. I felt like he was being used as like he was like making jokes that are like funny at like a sleepover with your friends, but like not really funny in a major motion picture.
Right.
Like, that like they kept doing the joke of like him screaming really high pitched whenever something would happen. It's like, that's funny if you know the person.
Yeah.
It's not funny if that's just a character.
Yeah, because now you're telling me as the movie that this is how this definitive character screams, and it's I'm also okay with it.
It's like it's not even like it's not even like a violation, you know, to make it a joke. Like, we don't know that character, so him like being have an high pitched scream is not really like contradicting anything to be a joke. Like, it's not like he's like The Rock doing a scream like that. He's just a regular dude, like, with a high pitch. It was just really dumb.
But
he's good in the Get Down. If you've ever seen that, he's really talented.
I forgot he was the main guy. He is in there.
That was wasn't Jaden Smith in that?
He was, yeah.
That was the one about Brooklyn and
Bronx
hip-hop
and hip-hop. It's like comic book movie sort of. I only saw the first 2 episodes, but it was pretty good.
I never ended up finishing it. But it's Baz Luhrmann's show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it got canceled, right?
Yeah, I think after 2 seasons, Netflix was like, all right.
We're done.
Nobody's watching.
Yeah.
We're out.
But yeah, it was...
But no, I liked him in this, where I felt like he wasn't necessarily like, you know, always trying to be the comic relief, but I thought he had really good chemistry with everyone that he was on screen with. Like there was always a good dynamic between him and someone else, whether it's him and his friend or him and like the new reporter girl, Catherine Newton, that he's running around with. And especially him with Detective Pikachu, which I was kind of blown away by that, like, because it's not like Pikachu is like, you know, regular height so that Ryan Reynolds could actually be on. I mean, we're joking about that, but like, I don't think Ryan Reynolds was on set walking around with Justice Smith. So I'm kind of blown away that they're able to create this chemistry between him and what's probably just like a soccer ball they're rolling around.
Right, yeah. Or like a tennis ball on the end of a pole that's just kind of like...
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of incredible to me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't even know how they really pulled that off. With someone doing ADR.
Yeah, it was really good.
From LA.
right, yeah.
I'm always trying to figure that part out. I literally, on my way here, I was thinking about this thought, like, in the most silliest example, too. Like, I think about it for podcasts. Like, I wonder what part was edited. Like, what part the slice happened. Like, I'm always thinking about that sometimes, or how certain things come together. And that's always one when it's CGI and it's so seamless like that.
Because usually, like, they do that a lot, but it'll be like you have another human to play off of.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
2 or 3 actors, and there's one CGI character, and it's like, okay, well, the rest of them can have chemistry, and that other guy will just kind of punch in his punchline wherever. But this was like just the 2 of them for the majority of the movie.
Right, yeah.
So there's nowhere else for him to, like, I don't know. I'm very impressed with Justice Smith being able to handle that. Seems like that would be a real like curveball being thrown at you. Like, okay, talk to this tennis ball, and like make us actually feel the connection that you have to this character.
Yeah,
I was also
because it's easier for Ryan Reynolds in post to be like, all right, I'll just play off of his performance. I can, you know, but Justice Smith has to lay the groundwork and give Ryan Reynolds something to play off of.
Oh, definitely, right.
So I think that's very impressive.
Yeah. I don't know. I never really. I don't know. I feel like he has strengths, and the script didn't like totally play into them. Yeah, I don't know. I think he can be more humorous. I think he can be like a lot more vulnerable. I think I don't know. Maybe like this entire time I was watching this, I just like really like. I mean, we haven't really like all talked about like our like history with Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon was such a fucking revelation for like our generation. Like we're like right at the ripe age of like when this was coming out. God, Pokemon spoke to me more than like any like religion or like it was just
Pokemon was my religion.
It was
Pikachu was my god.
And then like and then every time it came back, it would always like take me back to like a simpler time kind of. Like even with like Pokemon Black and White, there's truly nothing that compares to the summer that Pokemon Go came out. It was such a communal, beautiful experience, and it was just all through like the love of the IP of like Pokemon.
People were out there and about, literally in the world, off of Pokemon, like some Steve Jobs shit. Like
that was the most in shape I ever was.
It was good.
I used to go walk the track in my town just to catch Pokemon.
I'll be honest, I never ever played once. Unfortunately, I wanted to.
It was so great.
Played, but I wanted to play.
You should have.
I should have.
It's still, you can still download it.
Still
it still works?
Yes.
Wait, it's just like over though, right? I'll be like,
hey guys,
I got it. I finally did it.
Guys, zooms out.
Guys, look at me. I'm out here.
I still know people that are like still playing and they're like, I caught a shiny whatever.
That's a good one too. Like a dude with a white beard. He's like, I almost got a Nakuna.
There's like a guy I used to work with, and like he just posted on like Facebook like 3 days ago. He's like, caught a shiny Psyduck. I'm like,
a shiny one.
Like, are there even gyms anymore?
I'm like, my man.
Is it just like the 5 people that are playing and they own all the gyms in the town? Like,
my man, what? Get VR. Just tell him get VR. Just drop a PSVR link in his.
He'd be better off playing the actual card game at this point.
Oh, jeez.
You'd probably find more people to play with.
Yo, remember when like, I don't know if it was like right in the beginning, but the cards, they would like the kit that you get. There's like some fucking stones or some shit.
The energy stone.
I was like, when you said it spoke to me, you better than religion. I'm like, wait, they kind of did give us some fucking Scientology, go clear fucking rocks and some shit. I was like, what's happening here? But no, I loved Pokemon, man. I was so into it. I lived in Queens at the time, so I was like all about it. All about it. It was really magical. My first experience with RPG ever.
Yeah,
Really
it was.
good game.
It was like an RPG for kids. Because I remember like trying to play so many RPGs as a kid, and I was like,
I never tried.
boring. And then it was just such like a lovely and charming property that I was like, oh wow. And yeah, it was like a religion, you know, like it was just kind of like I got my Thetan levels when I held on to like all the stuff. No, I'm just anyway.
You went OT3 or OT8? You're OT8, dog. You OT8 in this bitch, bruh.
And if somebody played Yu-Gi-Oh, they were an SP.
SP. I did that too. I had my SP moments. They had to cut me off. You know what I'm saying? I'm back though. We good. It's sad. You guys watch the fucking Leah show?
Yeah,
oh my god. So many times at my job I was watching that shit just crying. I'm like, this is some fucked up shit. What happened? The Leah Remini, I think it's called
Maybe I didn't.
Leah Remini.
I thought you were talking about Going Clear.
Oh well, that
yeah.
that's a great doc. That's a HBO documentary.
Yeah, it was
You know that one.
Yeah.
But Leah, she has a show on Hulu, you can find it on Hulu, but I forgot what it's called. It's like Leah Remini Scientology or Life After Scientology.
Oh, she was in Scientology.
Yeah, dude, she advocated for it. Yeah, for like a while, but she like is so outspoken against the church, like in a major way for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has these shows, like it's crazy, and like one of the dudes, it's like her and another dude, who used to be like in it, like big time, like promoting it worldwide. Well, not him, not that big, unfortunately.
Still flying high, baby.
He's like, yeah, Mission Impossible 8, Apex season or something. I don't know what the fuck. What is happening? Like, I feel like sometimes, sidebar, we just watching these people just enjoy their retirement. That's what these movies are. It's like Tom Cruise.
I want to go skydiving
Wanted
again.
to skydive.
It's gonna be like Mission Impossible 10 golf course.
It's gonna be butts in seats next summer. Come watch it if you like classic time. That's what I fucking feel like sometimes, and they don't deserve it all the time. I mean, Endgame was tight because of some sci-fi shit, but I'm not gonna go watch Tom Cruise climb a mountain and let an airplane hit him, and he jumps over the airplane and do a backflip onto the fire cloud and say, Mission Impossible 8 right into the camera. I don't want that.
All right, I'm gonna go skiing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, and he's just, I don't know, Scientology. Man.
I'm gonna stand on a fucking rocket ship.
OT7,
Fucking put me in space.
OT7.
Okay. But yeah, all that being said, I don't know if I ever felt that transported back to that time during this movie.
And I didn't really get that feeling from this movie. I think I just liked it on its own merits, which kind of made me enjoy it more. Like I didn't feel like I was being suckered in by like cheap nostalgia. Or anything,
yeah, right,
exactly.
You know, like
Maybe
I was just kind of like, man, this is just like a straight up good movie. I felt like.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just like this lovable again property, and I was kind of like half. I just wanted something like a little more intelligent out of it too, like maybe something like a Lego movie or like a Spider-Verse kind of. And I didn't get that.
I mean, it's definitely simpler, but I don't know. There's some part like, I'm gonna be honest, I almost fucking cried watching this movie. Like they had just some straight up good messages in here. I feel like it was a Pokemon movie that tried to just be an animal loving movie. Like that's what I kind of think the whole message of this whole movie was like animals are special and precious, and like they have the whole theme of like, I mean, it's a whole miracle that he's able to hear Detective Pikachu and nobody can hear him, and they're kind of this link that they have going on. And they have the one line where Detective Pikachu is like, no, like they don't know what you're saying, but they can feel what you mean, essentially.
Right.
And then when they have the scene where he's trying to like revive Pikachu, they kind of bring that back, and that's where I kind of like started to tear up a little bit.
That's pretty deep. I didn't think about it.
I think it's like Catherine Newton or someone's like, oh, they can't understand you. He's like, yeah, but they can feel what I mean, and like I don't know, like shit like that like makes me think of like my cats and like pets I've had before, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fucking true because they don't know what I'm saying, but they know how I'm feeling.
I'm vegan because of that, man. That's why you gotta stop fucking eating meat. Go that extreme. You do it. You do it. Come on, guys. Let's do it together. Let's make a pact. Let's do it.
Okay.
Dog fighting on 3.
Wait a minute.
Do we just go the completely different way?
I found my hand. That's binding.
That was like in the Pokemon Black and White. They had the whole storyline of like the guy who was like trying to get people to stop fighting with Pokemon. He was like, Pokemon are our friends, but he's the bad guy of the game.
yeah.
And we're all like,
Wow.
no, I want my Pokemon in balls where I can control them.
But yeah, I also like that, you know, it kind of expects you, like, they really, you know, like, aside from that video on the train, they do kind of, like, they do kind of throw everything at you and kind of expect that you have, like, a passing Pokemon knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, like, you know, they don't need to be like, this is a Master Ball!
Yeah,
and, you know,
they
or
do
even,
that.
like, or even what Ditto is, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's-
True.
Yeah.
The Ditto's eyes when she was human was so creepy.
Oh, yeah, that was really creepy.
Look at the hell. Oh.
I did really, really like the Mr. Mime sequence.
Yeah, it was so good.
Because I felt like that's not even like it's not like a.
It's like uber slapstick a little bit. Like new.
It was just it was strange comedy, and it was like it wasn't even like really fan servicey comedy. It's like you might know who Mr. Mime is as a Pokemon, but like
But this is
he's
all
not
fair,
really very
yeah.
featured in any of the comic
Right.
cartoons or even in the games.
Nor
He's not
is
a
this
very
a-
popular Pokemon.
Nor
so,
is this like a nod to any moment that happened.
yeah,
Like,
and
this is-
you can get the joke right away just because
Yeah.
the Pokemon's name is Mr.
Mr.
Mime.
Mime,
exactly.
Yeah.
Him just do. I had a great time. Just
It was
watching him
good. It was
do
really,
all that
really good.
And the fact that the way to like, there's something hilarious about the way to like get him to do it is just to play along. Like,
Yeah.
like that you could just invent like anything. Like, you can
Right, yeah.
pretend to cock a gun, and he's just like, oh god, like, it's real.
And actually, you know, going over the scene again really makes me kind of like it a little bit more because of the risks that they're willing to take for comedy. Like the way they got out of this scene, if you think about it, like it was kind of dark. But I mean, you know, it's jovial because it's like he's not gonna
Not
die.
actually gonna
He's not
burn.
gonna die. But it's like we're Pokemon movie. Look, kids, you don't know about this part yet, but adults laugh at this shit right now. And then cut to another scene.
Yeah, and I feel like they also, like, I mean, this is a Pokemon movie where, you know, Pikachu says ass
Yes,
once.
he does.
And I know, like, Pokemon is very protective of,
Yeah.
like, their property. I was reading something about somebody who used to be, like, a copywriter for them.
Oh, jeez.
And, like, they're just very specific. Like, you know, this is what you can say about Pokemon. This is what you can't say about
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh.
So the fact that they kind of trusted it to this, like...
Sounds like a slave
movie.
trade to me, dog. I don't know.
What happens behind closed doors over there? I don't know.
Nintendo is fucked up.
There were a few like jokes that were definitely like just for the parents, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's like the kids will definitely never
Edgy,
get that, but
never
that's some
get it.
pretty dirty shit you're
Yeah,
saying.
man.
I can't think of an
I
example.
was about to say,
of
like, what?
There was
one or two.
that was like, I was like surprised. I'm like, this is really.
there was
I
definitely one or
wasn't-
two like
yeah.
pseudo-sexual ones.
Yeah,
that-
I wasn't
yeah.
offended.
Okay.
Like, oh my god. I was just like surprised. Again, it was like a risky movie. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm watching something special right now.
and they would say it in a subtle way that
Yeah.
like
Right.
they could cover their tracks if somebody was
Yes.
like, "What's that about?" They're like, "Oh no, he means this really when he says this."
I just like keep cracking up in like an alternate universe. There's like this movie could have gone very terribly wrong. Kind of like the cast is there enough to kind of like really help you. Like I think I just got like bored-ish at parts, but I was never like I don't believe this. Like I'm being
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
out of it. Like the cast was there enough to like kind of make you believe in everything. I think there's an alternate reality where this movie comes out and it's a fucking disaster.
Dude.
Like grown men playing Pikachu.
Oh,
are you gonna go fuck
God.
her? Like it's just like and it's just like people are like, what the fuck?
That shit probably exists. I guarantee it does. Man.
it's
It's
just-
incorporated everything. Oh my god.
And then there's just like Pokemon running around, and again, yeah, it is just kind of like Justice Smith, like not exactly making eye contact at something on the ground. Like,
Ugh.
what do you think, Pikachu?
That's the
like this
same-
movie could have gone terribly
That's the
wrong.
same universe in which there is a good Mario Brothers movie and all the rest of the video game movies that were successful are good and vice versa. Like terrible or a good Dragon Ball Z movie in that universe. Because that's what I thought this was going to be when I first, I'm like, I don't, are we going to do this again?
Yeah.
Like more anime, real live action? Like Avatar didn't do good. Like, come on guys, what are we trying to do?
I
But-
think this. I saw one tweet that I feel like expresses my thoughts with it. Again, I don't hate this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's better than average, definitely. But
I'm gonna watch it again.
I think it's like at Eric Davis or something. Yeah, whatever. I think he's like over at Fangor or whatever. Fangor.
Fangor.com.
We only review Dracula movies. That are gory.
In this scene, his fang was 2 inches. They must have used a prosthetic.
Those aren't real teeth.
Teeth back there.
No one has real teeth.
This is what you come to this website
Anyway,
for.
signing up for Fangor.
I'm Eric Davis.
This is what you come to this website for.
I hope I see you tomorrow.
The cave is a cave.
I hope I see you tomorrow.
Oh, Lord. You guys have a promising future ahead. I can't wait to see whatever it is
I
you
want
make.
you to subscribe to my podcast.
I want you to, and then just work regular. Like he says everything. I want you to.
I
please
want
subscribe.
you to create a website with Squarespace.
Seamlessly just rolling into ads. He's amazing. This is an amazing character. Oh,
Where were you going, Eric Davis?
Just because we're talking about video game movies,
Jesus.
he said it is the video game movie that has it is the video game movie that has the highest Rotten Tomato score ever at 64%.
Ooh.
So like it's like I think it's just like
Detective Pikachu has a 64%?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
that's kind of low though. Think
I
about
kind of
it.
thought everybody liked it.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was gonna
I
be
was
like,
like,
in
what?
the 80s.
Joe
at
doesn't
least.
like this movie?
I thought it was gonna be in the 80s.
Damn.
Damn. I mean,
But like I think like that's where it's at. Where I don't think I've ever seen a video game movie that was as good as this. Like they really
No,
do
for
it
sure,
well.
for sure.
But
didn't they do a Prince of Persia movie? Yo, wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal the Prince of? Oh, was he the Prince of Persia, y'all? Was Jake Gyllenhaal the Prince of Persia?
he was the Prince of Persia, baby.
Oh my God, I never seen the movie, but come on, man, Jake Gyllenhaal's Prince of Persia.
Of Persia?
Persia,
damn!
He's the prince
Like that Persia?
over there. The one that's in that direction. Damn. Oh
I'm
my
Persian. It's me, Jake Gyllenhaal.
God. I got a sister. I'm also Persian. They don't exist without one another, by the way. Maggie Gyllenhaal, because Jake. That's why. Always.
Right.
I don't care what you say to me. She is connected to Jake.
Wait, who's Jake?
He's connected to Maggie. You gotta know both Gyllenhaals, okay? I also review them on fangor.com. This is Gyllenhaal Stop. Gyllenhaal Stop Shop, one stop pony.
Put the Persia. What's his voice now? I can put the Persia. 3-inch bag.
Oh, part is unlistenable. It's 3-inch back. Oh my God. You guys are crazy.
I need alcohol for this podcast, y'all.
You guys are crazy.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
You guys are crazy, man. Oh man, I miss this. This is great. You guys are crazy.
Oh, boy.
What would this man? What did he do? Oh, he said that was the highest score a video game movie got. I thought there was more to his quote.
No, just but that it's at 64 and it's the best.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, I think my only other complaint was just with like the one scene, actually the Bulbasaur scene. So I was like just looking at it from a completely different angle during that. But I feel like this movie kind of does like female characters like wrong a little.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the one female character in this movie never really gets any agency. Like I kind of was like, like the one part where like it was just literally like the Bulbasaurs were like, we don't want you to come along. She's like, okay, I'll wait in the car for the next half an hour screen time. Like it was just like real like, okay.
I mean, I
So-
can see your point in that scene, but I would kind of disagree on the movie as a whole because she's the one who like cracks the story wide open.
Yeah.
She's the one who has the whole idea about the whole thing before any of them do, and they kind of need her to get everywhere that they're going with this mystery that they're trying to solve.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't really do a whole lot of detective work on their own. She's kind of like
yeah.
she's laid the groundwork, and they just kind of Jordan snoring over there.
My
Bear is hibernating.
that's a Snorlax, guys.
It's not a good review for this podcast.
You're in the Snorlax.
This road is closed. You need the Poke Flute to win.
Oh, the Poke Flute. I was gonna say they that's like one of my only qualms with the movie too, is the dynamic and the arc, that eventual, like, that's the eventual ending of their characters. Like, the fact that they have a romantic anything, like, kind of threw me off. I'm like, they could have just existed in this movie without being romantically involved.
Yeah,
I didn't get that though. I felt like it was very injected towards the end. I'm like,
Although
it was a little forced.
if we can get into like spoilers now, I think we're far enough.
Yeah, definitely.
To get into it. So there's the whole twist of, and officially spoilers now, of Detective Pikachu being his father, essentially.
I have so many more questions about this concept. So
Yeah,
go on.
It's a little strange.
Hit it.
But like that kind of made me like their relationship, because like you have Detective Pikachu the whole time being like, oh, do this.
Right.
It makes a lot more sense if that's his father being like,
Yeah.
trying to give his son like advice about dating and women and stuff like that. And I don't know, that kind of made it all a little bit cuter for me.
Yeah.
Like that reveal
Right.
for those scenes.
Well, that was
But
cool.
yes, I can understand there's some questions about
Right.
that
yeah.
whole concept. So
My
go
friend,
on.
oh, sorry, I apologize.
No, yeah. No.
My friend, actually, she is a pretty smart cookie. She, again, not a film, like an average film analyst. She just like watches movies that she likes or whatever.
Right.
And she like pegged it like midway. She's like, I think that's his dad.
They do start hinting at it a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as they start putting people in Pokemon, when people's bodies disappear, go to when they start fitting people's bodies into Pokemon or something. And then I was like, oh, that's why there's no body, kind of, at the crime scene or whatever. But I didn't completely understand why Mewtwo put Ryan Reynolds in Pikachu's body, or like why he gave him amnesia, like especially like that scene at the end. Everybody all the people inside the Pokemon seem to know what's happening, kind of, and who they are. And it seems like everybody. Oh, okay. And then also, I was just curious, like, why does Mewtwo wait to separate like Ryan Reynolds from Pikachu? Like, there was just like a lot of things happening that I was just kind of like, am I not getting something, or is this like just like bad screenwriting, kind of?
Ex Machina, like, is it too much
Right.
heavy-handed?
Well, he put.
Also, did the main character not recognize his own dad's voice?
Well, they were kind of separated. Like, they weren't really very close.
I mean,
But to be like, wow, you sound a lot like my dad.
Yo, Pikachu, you sound like my dad.
When your cat looks up at you and starts talking in your strange dad's voice, you have to be like, wait a minute.
I gotta stop eating those brownies.
Number one. Number two, I'm not gonna take that off the table. That's possibly my dad, because this motherfucker's talking to me right now.
Like, they had some sort of relationship, obviously, where you go visit him and stuff. But
it's really cool. I like that.
Well, no, he didn't go visit him. That was the thing.
Okay.
His dad started the thing and created the room for him, and he never went to visit.
Right, but there was like a younger part. Like they separated at like while he was still like a kid or something.
Yeah, so I guess he knew him like when he was mad young, but then they separated.
Right. But
I also like the what was it? The use of, in the beginning we talked a little bit about how like they kind of were like exposition. I remember my first screenplay fucking status when they were trying to tell us everything that happened. And at the beginning, I started to get critical, and I was like, let me just relax and watch this movie. I was like, I don't want to pull it apart too much. But then the next time after I had that thought, they used the device of flashback. It was the like hologram type flashback where he was like sitting in the scenes. And I'm like, that's cool. I know movies probably have done that where someone touches something and it brings them around like in some hologram.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that was like a cool use of it, like after so much of the traditional like exposition for the kids.
Right, yeah.
So and that was much better than, I didn't really like the aesthetic of the flashbacks before they started doing the three-dimensional thing that he's in.
Right.
Because they just did it like really stereotypical, like hazy white edge
to the
frame.
Like, what the hell?
Just like, all right, I've seen this before.
Are we watching a sitcom? Like,
I kind of wish they would have just like put it in black and white or something, because that would fit the detective noir aesthetic as well. Like, it just didn't look good.
But okay, yeah, and maybe this way why I'm a little low on it. I think I just need like points explained. I didn't totally understand the correlation between like the berserker gas or whatever and like the putting people in the Pokemon. Was there like a correlation between those two? Because at the end,
the berserker gas was what they needed to essentially. It was something that they used on Mewtwo to get him into the state where they could control him.
Okay.
I don't know how that makes a whole lot of sense, though. I was a little confused by that because I was like, the berserker gas like makes them go crazy. You would think they'd be harder to control at that point, but for some reason, it was what they used to get Mewtwo into a state where they could control him. And I think their whole plan was to control Mewtwo's mind through that like mind melding thing that the Bill Nye guy wears.
Right. Yeah.
So that they could just use that to turn everyone that they wanted to into Pokemon fused people.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how they're connected. I just don't know why berserker gas would make Mewtwo more easy to control.
Right, because at first it was like
it was a drug, but
underground.
It was, but they invented it for the use of what they were going to do with Mewtwo, and then ended up just selling it out as an underground drug, I guess.
Yeah. I was just like, why does it make the Pokemon angry? Like, yeah.
I peeped. It was like the red kryptonite trope with Superman and how he's like the opposite of good. I mean, kryptonite hurts him, but the red kryptonite affects him differently. I'm thinking like, the whole gym thing with Infinity. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe they're trying to go for it.
I also thought they were trying to go for, because they had the Rhyme City is like Pokemon are good. They walks alongside us, and I thought they were going to do something with, because they were trying to set up or wanted us to believe that the one son was bad of the what are the people?
I love that. I said this during like The Incredibles 2. I was like, oh, there's two bad people, and one's being nice and one's being mean. I bet it's just reversed.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't really pick up on it at first, but I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention. I was kind of more focused on the characters like right in front of us.
Right.
But I thought that the whole Berserker thing was going to be him. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of the plot of like Zootopia, where it was like.
Oh, I haven't seen that, but I heard it's okay.
It had to do with making animals turn like wild and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, it was like the villain plot of it.
Really? Okay.
To sort of just screw up this whole Zootopia, and I thought that was his plan, was like to make Pokemon go wild, so that people would be like, maybe we can't trust Pokemon, and we gotta go out and murder all our Pokemon in the streets.
That's some crazy class.
Maybe we should put them back in balls and make them
right. And that makes a lot of sense with like
South will rise again. Oh wait, what?
And then it was kind of weird that it was like, oh, the other guy is the bad guy. And his plan is actually that he loves Pokemon so much that he wants us all to be a part of them.
Yeah. He wants us all to be Pokemon.
Yeah, he's like so into it. Like
he's like I can get hard again as Mewtwo.
See, like,
he's a furry, a crippled furry. That's what he is.
I didn't totally mind that whole crazy twist that it took, just because I enjoyed so much of the rest of the movie that I was kind of like, sure, I'll follow you here. Like, it's not my favorite thing, but I'm enjoying just seeing these characters in these situations. But I think a more picture-perfect ending to this would have been that the guy that we thought liked Pokemon all along for some reason had a switch, and now he's just sick of the city, and he wants the Pokemon to get captured and destroyed again. And that's why the Berserker gas is being released, is to make us hate Pokemon again. Something like that. That would have made more sense with the kind of feelings and themes that I thought I was getting of like...
Right.
Animal cruelty and animals and pets and stuff like that. Like,
oh, like these people love Pokemon so much, and you think you can just have them live amongst us as equals or whatever, and then like, oh, like let's see what your beloved Pokemon do now, and like, oh, why is why my Pokemon like attacking me? And it's like they're, he's obviously like some large government or corporation guy.
It kind of felt like the whole ending was just a device to make it so that Pikachu could be his dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost not like positive that's why that came about.
Set it up for
it's like they were like, they thought in reverse. They were like, all right, Pikachu should be his dad. How do we make that happen? Where's the technology? Okay, it's part of the whole villain plan. And...
Right. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I was also like, that was like my other part of my question. I was like, when Mewtwo reversed all of like and it could just be like, oh, he only reversed the people that were put into the Pokemon at that time. Mm. I was like, why didn't like at that point like Ryan Reynolds step out of Pikachu or something? And it was just so random at the end. It was just kind of like he's like, oh shit, I fucking forgot I put your dad in Pikachu.
The one who started it all.
I've been doing so much shit, and I've actually seen you a bunch of times since then. I could have done this, but oh, here you go. Your dad's alive. My bad.
Here you go.
I fucked this up.
I spaced on that, bro. Mewtwo.
I had a lot of shit going on lately.
A lot. Did you not see the movie? Oh man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been kind of back. I'm still like undecided. I'm kind of back and forth on them using the template of the Detective Pikachu as opposed to, you know, like the regular ass vanilla, like everything, like just, oh, it's the training Pokemon story, you know?
Dude,
and I don't know if I would have, like, I think that would have, like, struck some chords in me. But I don't know if you can fit that in a movie, or I don't know. That was something. Sorry,
It's fine.
But like when I first saw the trailer, and everyone was like, "What the fuck, man, Detective Pikachu?" And I was kind of like, "I'm into this." It's it's like a noir for kids,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know. It's telling Pokemon from like a completely different genre
exactly.
and style, and we're not held down to like I gotta go do the 12 gyms in a fucking
And
2-hour
one
run.
movie.
Yeah. It's
There'd be 12 fucking movies.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, I felt like they're priming though. I feel like this was a test. Whenever they try something with an IP that's not the story, it's like, guys,
oh yeah,
can we do this?
Do people still like Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it in a trilogy.
This is really bold because Pikachu's just Pikachu now.
Yeah.
He's not Ryan Reynolds
Not
anymore.
Ryan
We're thinking
Reynolds.
is Ryan Reynolds gonna get into another accident? We gotta solve it again. He's like Pikachu return.
At the same time, that made me like that made me
Oh, it made
me like this more. That they
It's not setting up a sequel.
It wasn't franchised out of the gate.
I was about to say, because there's some backdoor pilots. Listen, Ryan Reynolds is gonna inherit the technology from the man. He's gonna be able to jump into any Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Like
Ryan Reynolds is
It's just gonna become Detective Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds becomes paralyzed. Has to put this on to join his son. Right?
It's actually Avatar 2.
Meanwhile,
with their
Pikachu's
Pokemon.
like, God fucking damn it, stop taking over my body.
Next Tuesday, Ryan Reynolds is Pokemon. He's all of them. Oh, he's Pokemon. That's what he is. Oh my god. I used to hate when people used to call it Pokemon. That shit used to fuck me. It wasn't called that. Like, yeah, you really playing Pokemons over here? No! That's not a thing.
It's called Pokemon, Mom.
Pokemon, Mom! There's an O in there.
It's not the Xbox. It's just Xbox. Oh, man. Ryan Reynolds is the Pokemon.
The Pokemon. Comma, detective. I want all of these to be movies, though. I want to watch these. I want to watch the Pokemon. Jeez, yeah.
All right.
Yes, I enjoyed it though.
Ready to start getting some ratings?
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get the Rotten Tomatoes out here. As of May 2019, well, now it's June, so this is already outdated.
John.
66% of 262 reviews compiled by review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes are positive and have an average rating of 5.98 out of 10. In all the episodes we've done of this podcast, it's the first time they've worded it like that. That was so clunky. I was expecting the normal wording. The website's critical consensus reads, Pokemon Detective Pikachu may not take its wonderfully bizarre premise as far as it could have, but this offbeat adaptation should catch most.
Got you. Look at that.
If not all of the franchise's fans.
Listen, Dale, we need you to jazz this little section up. Like, just a little flair. Just a little flair, okay?
Yeah, Mike over at How Many Fingers is having a hard time reading this lately, so it sounds really clunky, honestly, Dale, and you're gonna have to pick up the slack.
You said Mike's having a trouble?
Yeah, Mike over at How Many Fingers podcast.
Shit.
Yeah, you know, we've been getting word from.
He's getting a little comfortable reading these. Just throw him off his game a little bit. Throw him a curveball.
Fuck, not Mike. All right, I guess.
You know, this
I'm rooting for him this season.
this comes from upstairs. It comes from the Podlease.
Okay.
The Podlease, they've been watching.
They've been listening.
Mike is the only guy that gets the Rotten Tomatoes reviews from Wikipedia.
He's the only one. Why am I hired to type these?
Why doesn't he just go to Rotten Tomatoes?
Whose taxes are paying for
Why does he
this?
keep going to Wikipedia for it?
And pull out Bernie Sanders like, yes, that's exactly what I want. I want it to be just like that. Don't change anything. I say change.
When I'm president,
It's like,
Rotten Tomatoes will go back to the way it was.
no more. Oh, I can't. I wish these politicians talk more openly about bullshit that doesn't matter.
I want to know their stances on pop culture.
And as it stands, Prince is the only remaining legend that we can honor because Michael Jackson has been tarnished and canceled. Let's give it up for Prince. That's my stance on Prince versus Michael Jackson. Thank you so much. Senator Bernie Sanders. Let's give it up for him. Why?
Hawkeye is my favorite Avenger.
Hawkeye. No preamble, just Hawkeye. Just done. That's who it is.
I do not like Shark's Tale. If I had to give it a rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it'd be 1%.
It will be the top 1%.
Top 1%.
I would present her. Shark's Tale's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
Will Smith is a shark.
Just not doing it for me.
Never bought it. I'd never bought it, okay? Never once.
Will Smith is a human.
Guys, our bit is really getting great. I think we can bring it on the road.
I think we can tour this.
Yeah, just this bit.
Just this bit.
Just this bit tour.
Come see Mike, Shaquan, and Joe joke about Bernie Sanders and Rotten Tomatoes.
Only.
The premise is Bernie Sanders does not like Shark Tale.
We're telling you the premise right now. In the poster.
That's how we.
Come on,
And
sis.
that's it.
That
spoiled it.
That's it. Oh, boy.
We tell the joke live. It's just silent. Is that it?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were prepared
It's
for
just-
it. Come on. Like,
I paid $50.
you know what you were getting into. Like, come on.
We could do it again.
Hey, I guess twice.
No.
He's happy about it? Oh, no, he doesn't
No
want it.
thanks.
I gotta go. He's gotta leave.
Thank you for your minute of time.
1 minute.
Just one guy.
I mean, isn't that what all podcasts is really about?
Just doing bits for one audience
Yes.
member.
Just one guy listening.
Yes.
It's like I'm there.
Yeah.
They're my friends.
It's like I'm sitting at the table with them.
Hey, Derek, what podcast are you listening to? Just tell us what it is. You don't have to laugh loud about it to yourself. Put it on.
It's called Bernie Sanders and Shark Tale 1%. And I love it. I'm going to see it on tour.
That's no lie how I advertise all the podcasts I
I got
like.
tickets for the meet and greet.
I literally talk just like that about it. I'm like, hey, I love this podcast. Oh, man. You guys are great. As always.
Good bits. Good
Very,
bits.
very funny, guys.
Anyway, let's get some ratings
Yes.
for Pokemon. Detective Pokemon.
Pokemon the Pikachu.
Pokemon's the Pikachu story.
Okay.
I was like, tough to get to this point. This
This has been a journey.
A lot of laughs. I can go first if you guys aren't feeling up
Go
to the
for it.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I felt some feels. I laughed some laughs. It just felt just light and enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, it was, feels, but it wasn't like I'm like bawling my eyes out, like can't recover. It was just like, it just touched me the right amount,
Right, yeah.
being enjoyable and light throughout most of it. I actually really like Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. I didn't feel like it was too derivative of Deadpool because without the like R rating, there's just certain, sort of comedy avenues that he can't go down. And I felt like it was different enough in his own right. There's also just a lot of comedy that comes from the animation of Pikachu, I thought. So even there's stuff that, has nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds' blend of comedy
Right.
that the animators are putting in there that was good. I love the way it looks. I love the way that they're able to shoot, like a noir detective aesthetic while also doing CGI on top of it. And I don't know, just super enjoyable. Like I said, the ending kind of weird, but I think they just had enough speed going beforehand that I was just kind of like, sure, you can kind of take me wherever at this point. Like,
Right, yeah.
I'm just along for this ride. This is not the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a movie like this before. Like, and it's just a ridiculous premise to begin with. Like, it's talking fucking Pikachu. Like, it's weird even for a Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
So to go down this road,
Weird.
sure, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it 4 fingers.
Nice.
It was a good time.
It was kind of like when you were talking about like noir with what's it called, with animation. It's kind of like a modern kind of or an updated like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. It's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no. I think I've said pretty much everything. I think I went hard on it, but I'm still giving it like a 3.5. It's only like a half finger lower than you.
Yeah.
But it's like,
How dare you?
Like, I'm still in the fucking world of Pokemon, baby. Like, it's just like,
exactly.
I mean, I think like it could have been a better movie, and I think everything's great. I think just the story is like a little unremarkable, kind of. But again, yeah, it is just like a light movie. The animation with Pikachu is great. Yeah. I mean, like, even when there's like nose twitching, even when like he's idling or something.
Yeah.
I do feel like they ran into that problem where it was just kind of like, I don't know, we didn't like make that many models of like Pokemon, like, because some like Pikachu had a fucking like a sheen, like he was just like, he was very like, he's the titular character. But then like some of them just kind of looked like more rounded, just like pulled out of Ghostbusters almost,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why I wanted. I always make fun of like stuff for like leaning on nostalgia, but I wanted to like leave the theater and be like, man, I want to play Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't really leave with that, and I don't know if that's like a good critical or good critic like standpoint or whatever to like judge it on that or whatever, but also just I think as a movie, like, it definitely had problems.
Fuck, man.
But yeah,
I'm so sorry.
It had
I'm going through it over here.
Is Shaquan okay?
Guys, I need your help.
I'm so worried about him. I mean, he's right there for the bits, but sometimes.
Podcast, please, if you're watching. We
got a podcast unit.
Sit back up. See that kid? I knew it.
All units.
I knew it. All units. All of them. It's not that dangerous. Oh, God.
I don't know. We just got to report that Shaquan's going through it. Nothing more than his words. He's just going through it. His words. Sometimes.
Yeah, bring SWAT.
Sometimes you just need to help a guy who's going through it.
I was done.
It's the most exciting thing we did all day.
I'm sorry. I'm mad because I didn't mean to interject, but
oh no, I'm done. Yeah,
the fucking theater, dude. The Alamo gave everyone Detective Pikachu Pokemon cards.
Oh,
like limited ones. I should have brought them. I didn't think it through.
Wait.
Oh,
they're here somewhere.
What?
My girlfriend didn't go to Alamo, but she went to like AMC or something.
Oh, maybe they gave them to
so
everyone.
I think it was just for the movie.
Okay. That's tight. I was gonna say
for like the premiere. Yeah, she had like a Detective Pikachu that like the move was like coffee break or something
yeah.
like that.
Oh, that's funny.
It's the same. Okay, so it is the same one. All right. So I was gonna say I don't know if you guys do like supplemental, like, hey, check out these pictures. Like, if you want, I can send you images of the. But you have.
I can take a picture too.
You got the cards. Okay.
He's got the cards.
He's got the cards.
He's got the cards.
Got him.
Did they do special drinks for Pikachu?
Yeah,
isn't that what they do at Alamo?
There was like, they do food, menu items and drinks, but I mean, I usually just get like the vegan fucking cauliflower wings. I love them. So
ooh, nice.
That's the reason I like would go back all the time because I'm like, this is the best at a theater. I've never done this. But speaking of which, this is a perfect segue. I think I am with this experience, this movie going experience being the initial one. moving forward, I think I'm going to start judging my whole movie intake on the first impression that I get from the experience of being there. And I'm not saying because this theater is one I like. I'm saying the sense that this movie specifically, you're right, I wasn't leaning too much like knowingly on nostalgia, but I knew that the reason I was excited to see this movie is because I was deeply nostalgic for something that's from my childhood. And it's at a point where it's being done and executed so well that I'm excited. So the whole time, the experience for me, I'm on the edge of my seat and happy. You know, I'm suspending disbelief, and I'm like, certain things like, why the fuck this motherfucker just jumped down? Like, I'm still 29. I'm not gonna let that fly. Like, I took communication. You know, come on.
I'm nostalgic, but I'm not 9.
Exactly. I'm not in the inside.
Listen, I've been on this earth for 29 years, and I know it doesn't take that 2 minutes to climb up a skyscraper.
That's something I know for sure. But that's why I'll say, and we've discussed on this episode, like all the different things that kind of they could have tightened up a little bit with the story. So, and it's a kids movie at the end of the day. I'll give it. This is crazy. I don't know. I probably always give it high, but I'm gonna give 4.5 because of that in general. You know, like all that, the feelings attached to it, and then what I just said.
You had a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
What movies are designed to do.
Yes.
It's wild to converse with Shaquan about a movie that he saw in like the English language. he could completely comprehend.
Yes. I just wish I did this.
That's it, people. We're shutting down the podcast. We're done here.
That's what you're waiting on? Oh, God.
That was the whole mission.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Mission accomplished.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the podcast's like, we did it, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I'm here.
They're at the station like,
They fucking did it. Woo!
you'll never believe it, Greggs. They fucking did it.
This plaques, this whole ceremony, everything is happening.
Get the bottle under my desk.
Get it. Get the bottle.
Oh,
man. Well, I mean, I wish you know what? You should just do bonus episodes after you finish the podcast. Just do it anyway. We'll revisit the 2 I didn't see. I'll go see it in an art house theater. I'll replicate what it would have been like. I'll give you an accurate
We'll see a movie. We just won't turn the mics on.
There you go.
We'll just hang
we can
out
do
with
that
your
too.
beds.
Let's watch a fucking movie, guys. Let's do that. I have plenty of them. Let's watch it.
Boy. All right. So all those scores: 3.5, 4, 4.5. It's going to come out to my score 4. So I win.
Wow.
4 fingers, 4 fangs.
I give it
a
4 inch ring.
I give it a 4 inch back.
We're ending this podcast to start.
4 inch ring.
How many inches are those fangs?
How many inches are those things? I'm ready.
The podcast.
I'm so ready for it, yo. Oh,
This is
Lord.
Fango.
How many inches? Also, wasn't he also kept up with some celebrity? I forgot who it was. Right? Didn't this character?
Eric Davis. Oh.
He had like something on his blog. I forgot. I don't know.
It's like we worked Jake
Fangor?
Gyllenhaal in there somewhere.
Yeah, he did something. I forgot. Too much going on. But
It's too hard to call back to some of these bits.
Too much, guys.
They go too deep.
Oh boy. All right. Shaquan, any last plugs before we get out of here? Open up the plug bag.
Open up the plug. Close your eyes. Open up the bag.
Have you submitted anything?
Not yet. But
okay.
Actually, yes. I've submitted to How Did This Get Made. They didn't use it.
Oh.
But I'm gonna resubmit some new shit to both
Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah, Comedy Bang Bang, and How Did This Get
Definitely
Made.
get on there, man.
I love the songs. The songs are so
Oh
good.
yeah, they're great.
I will plug. I already plugged earlier the improv stuff, but I will plug now the snippet that I put up on Instagram. It's still June 1st. It's only gonna be June 1st for a couple more minutes. But yeah, I really played into the dates of what today is. It's 6/1/19. So I wanted to utilize the date to advertise and bring awareness to my 8-part album, my very ambitious project, the concept album. And parts of it are already available. You can listen to, if you just search me on Spotify, Apple Music, you can look for B space A with an umlaut, space K, space E, space R, period. and you will be able to find me. I just wanted to make it very difficult so that if you want to look for my music, you have to. That's baked into the process.
The only people who can listen
Niche,
know what they're looking for.
the niche man's niche. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and not in hindsight, or the opposite of hindsight, foresight. Plug whatever endeavors you guys got going on and offer up my services for anything you guys need, because I love you guys and you guys are great. And
Thank you so much for coming back on here.
Of course.
We were dying to get you back on. We wanted to have only our favorite guests coming on for our sort of farewell tour here. And
Of course.
you've been a part of some of our favorite episodes of this podcast.
Oh,
So
definitely.
many.
Yeah.
We're
You
so
guys
glad
are-
to have you back on here.
Giving me some quality laughs. I wish I made a list of like all the different things that made me laugh from all the different episodes when I was at work, just listening to y'all go like do what we did just now. Like,
Right, yeah.
So much. But yeah, I can't wait to listen to the catalog 100 times now. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say something similar, where it's like, yeah, no matter. Thank you so much for coming on, and no matter what we do next, of
course.
like creatively, I look forward to having you there.
too. Me
So,
It's gonna be fun.
yeah.
And we'll pick a date for that party soon. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get you on that party episode and
Please.
relive some of our good party memories from our college days.
Oh yeah.
Or that one party.
That one party we were both at.
That one party was epic.
And then those parties after college.
Those are slightly better parties. Everyone knows that.
We didn't really party in college. we played Mario Kart.
We
a lot.
tried, yeah. We tried in college. We tried.
All right. Well, thanks again. And signing out for How Many Fingers the Podcast, I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
I'm Shaq.
Jack.
I'm Jack. I just changed it. I'm Jack now. I'm Jack Ruby.
Oh, boy. See you later.
Oh.